Braxton, what are y'all buying? What are y'all buying?
Buying 4 trailer houses for $90,000.
What are they going to rent for a piece?
Probably about $1,000 each.
That's $4,000 a month.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's a little over a 4% deal.
What's the debt service on those 4 trailers?
It's gonna be like $12,000 a year, a little less.
Okay.
Each or total?
Total, yeah, 100.
So you're
say
making 48. You're making
debt.
48, and you only have 12.
Yeah. So hold on. Now let's back this up. Now you're a licensed real estate professional. So now trailer houses aren't going to come with a lot of depreciation over time, but they will come with a lot of bonus depreciation if you wanted to get it. If you want to get it, you bang that bonus depreciation. And it'll hit your active income because that's just it ain't gonna make enough. Anyways, that's for a CPA. Who's gonna finance that for y'all?
The private money.
And then what?
Take it to a bank, refinance it, forget we own it.
Yeah. Now, how much money will you ever have in this deal?
0 probably.
You can do the same transaction.
No doubt.
No. You can like that deal right there was on our board, and we were all
He's
just
not
staring
getting
at
that one.
Yeah, but we were all just staring at who's going to buy this one.
Right.
And we're like, who do we know that's got a 750 credit score that's bankable?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? 750. I wasn't sure where you were going.
Yeah,
with that, but
because I mean, you're the guy. You're the guy that could buy that deal, get a little dribble off of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can go to the bar and tell Cody. You know what I mean?
I'm an investor now.
I'm a fucking real estate investor, bro. I got rentals.
And
they'll be like, where's it at? And be like, Trinity, Texas. Be like, where the hell's that? Fuck it. Let's Google it. Let's all find out.
If you were an
together.
investor, you'd know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that seriously is, and that's how our messaging is going to change. We're going to be going into the marketplace saying, hey, look, go get some vitamin E. The market turns around or one of them goes vacant. You know what I mean? Hell, we just sold one in that same neighborhood for $120. That's not saying that all of them can do that because there's other ones that have only sold for $30. You get what I mean?
Right.
So there's something there, but you could always owner finance that one. One falls off, just owner finance it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it no more. Owner finance it. Another one goes vacant. I don't want to deal with it no more. Owner finance it.
Yeah.
You can always change the game.
How does that work? How does that work? Owner financing when you have a loan on it. When you refinance it, how are you?
Yeah, the state law.
Oh, shit, I can't
if you're closing on a wrap, state law says you can do 3.
3 what? 3 owner
3 a year.
finance?
3 within a 12-month period.
Okay.
So you couldn't do them all in a 12-month period.
Yeah.
But you could do 3 of them in a 12-month period if you're doing on a wrap mortgage.
Is it, sorry to get in the weeds, but is it rolling 12 months or is it
rolling
like
12 months?
Okay, yeah.
So, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, if you didn't want to do a wrap, there's other mechanisms where you could cross collateralize it. Most small community banks understand that transaction intimately.
Yeah. What is that? I mean, help me out. Is that like wrap or
no,
like with a car, like kind of it's a car loan type thing?
They take a loan, right? So you got a loan on the property for all 4, okay? And you say, I want to go owner finance this one, so I'm gonna need you to file a lien release for that particular real estate. So they're gonna file a lien release,
Okay.
and then they're gonna put, I mean, it's another document. We've done a lot of the documents, but I don't know what it's called.
It's cross collateralization.
I mean, that's all it is.
It's a release.
All it does is it takes
I've got one over there. It just says release of collateral.
Yeah. So all it is now instead of the real estate being the collateral for the loan, the note and deed of trust that you just originated is now the collateral for the loan. So if you don't pay the loan, they take that note and deed of trust. They go to that servicer that you set up and they say, hey, look, this is our collateral now. You start paying us.
Right.
And that's it. The buyer never even knows.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just keep making their monthly payment, and now it's going to the bank instead of coming to you.
So that's a way to do it with all 4 of them. You're saying with you can only do it with 3, but if you cross collateralize, then you could do it with nearly as many as you want. Yeah.
And so it's and the reason why you don't want to be doing wraps, and you need to talk to an attorney. This ain't legal advice and all that bullshit. But the reason why you don't want to be doing wraps is because in the new law, it puts the governance, it takes it out of Texas property code and puts it in the Texas finance code. And once it goes in the Texas finance code, it becomes fiduciary, criminal, all these extra things that could not come to fruition.
Right.
But you and I both know as soon as one person figures out how to game that, they're going to game it. So they figure out you sold them a property on a wrap, and they figure out that it could have criminal elements, and it did make you a fiduciary to them. Now they go and they say, oh, look, I'm a victim.
Yeah.
They didn't do this transaction correctly. Here's how state law says they have to do it. And believe me, you don't want that because it opens you up to all this extra nonsense where if you don't do it that way, Texas Finance Code has no say over it. You know what I mean? There's no comptroller or somebody going to show up at your door, trying to investigate. So look, you don't have any jurisdiction over my life.
Right.
Other human that just showed up. You know what I mean? Like all of my stuff's governed by Texas Property Code, and it's a civil matter. And you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be a part of your investigation until y'all prove that I intended to harm someone.
Right.
Where the Texas Finance Code say you intended to harm them just by doing the transaction that way because you didn't do the specific thing perfectly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which, like in Spoonie's case, you just sold a house on her finance, right? Mm-hmm. Are you an RMLO?
No.
Did we utilize RMLO?
Yes.
So we have an RMLO that we utilize. Texas Property Code or the Texas Finance Code now says in order to owner finance a house like that and do a wrap mortgage, you have to be an RMLO. So Spoonie would have to be the RMLO. He utilized one, you know what I mean? But that's not what Texas Finance Code says. It says you have to be one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's one violation. You get what I mean? Like silly thing, but doing 3 a year, you fall no jurisdiction. But that's just if you don't like owning a rental.
Right.
Owning rentals, I mean, we own a bunch of them. I got a lot of updates and stuff on my phone all the time. They're not bad. They're gonna save our ass through this because we're going to be able to work on them. We're going to be able to buy groceries off the cash flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to cover the overhead of the office. I mean, I just can't tell you enough how fortunate we are that we have that cash flow off of those rentals.
Right.
Getting all this stuff refinanced and leased up could prove challenging. It could, there's some stuff in there, but even if we have to leave it on private capital, we'll just swap it over to more long-term private capital and let it roll a little longer. But that's the risk. You're flipping houses and you don't want to be a landlord. You might need to find a new career.
Yeah, for sure.